Hello, good morning to you. Many thanks for joining me on Business. President of the Association of Bankers, Alhassan Andani, says government has now cleared almost 400 million Ghana cedis out of the total energy sector debts owed banks in the country. He said these are payments made as at the end of last month. The about 3 billion cedi debt incurred by the power companies nearly crippled commercial banks' operations, as some of them struggled last year to secure debt from banks. But Mr. Andani tells Joy Business the situation will compel banks to review credit extension to the sector.
Once the legacy debts are cleared and most of these companies get back to some form of decent operations, the banks that have appetite within the area will find the need to go. But essentially, again, it's because of the restructuring, the deregulation of the sector. So once the deregulation continues to show is holding, and you can make a market sense out of the operations, banks will be happy to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so one would say that you made progress with these NPOs. How are these arrangements going to impact on the NPO? Because it's still a major problem for a lot of the banks and even for industry watchers.
Oh, yes. So, look, the BDCs and the energy sector would alone have been accounting for a little over 50% of that. So once you resolve that, then you're certainly going to see a massive drop in the NPLs. Mm-hmm. And we still have to see how the December numbers come out, but essentially, by June of this year, most of the companies, most of the NPL positions should be clearer and probably start to trend down more significantly.
Data Protection Commission has begun moves to penalize financial service providers and insurance companies that fail to register their services at the Commission as prescribed under the Data Commission Act 2012. The law requires all companies collecting data from individuals in their line of operations to register with the Data Protection Commission to ensure safety of the data of their clients. However, Executive Director of the Commission, Teki Akwete Falconer, has disclosed to Joy Business microfinance companies and insurance firms have failed to comply.
According to the Data Protection Commission, about 70% of companies in the country are yet to comply with the new regulation passed by Parliament since 2012. She said this phenomenon is likely to impact negatively on customers who utilize such services. Executive Director of the Commission, Teki Akwete Falconer, disclosed that microfinance institutions and insurance companies in the country are worse offenders.
We are prosecuting if for any reason a company feels that they need more time, they should let us know, but as an organization. But as at now, we are only looking at it as they have clearly taken a decision not to respect the tenets of the law.
Who have not complied still?
There may be a few. I think most of the telcos as at now that we are aware of are registered. There may be some communication service providers that are not necessarily telcos that are not registered, but I'm not able to give you the exact name of the companies. But there are several and I must say that most of the commercial banks have registered. Almost all of them have. Those we're having problems with in the financial sector, the insurance companies, the microfinance companies, and the microfinance companies, essentially.
She cautioned the general public to acquire the necessary information about such regulations from financial service providers before giving out vital information.
When you're not registered, you are saying that don't trust me with your information. And that is the thing that we are telling members of the public, that if you are going to give out your information, your financial records, or any other thing with any organization, just make sure that they are registered. And it's a simple process. Visit our website, put in the name of the organization. If they are registered, you will know there and then. If they are not, and you already have your information with them, draw their attention. For instance, tell them that you cannot give them your information because you're not sure of how they're going to handle their information. I think when we as customers begin asserting some of these rights under the laws, those who are providing services for us, those who are giving will sit up.
As part of the sensitization mechanisms, the Commission has inaugurated a press corps to help in the efforts of creating awareness of the data protection regulation.
And that is business for now. I'll come your way again with more business stories at midday. My name is Emmanuel Apuaji.